All right, guys, we about to get started. As you see, I am your bartender for the day, getting the drinks ready for the show. Oh, you gonna need a drink for this one. What you drinking on? I got vodka, I got something brown and nasty. I got whatever you need to make you chill or to get you completely lit. What is it? Tell me all about it. Because you know this show is gonna be a mess, fun, and more. All right, what you drinking on, baby? I got you. I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm muted. Welcome back to Cameshiareviews. I've been talking about this interview coming up for the past week or so. I am excited to have another king, and y'all know I call all the men that come across my platform, especially black men, a king. So without further ado, what is going on, King? Hello.
What's going on, Kamisha? How you doing? That's it, right, Kamisha?
Yes, you did. It's Cameshia, but
Kamisha.
only my dad had ever said it that way. So I'm happy when someone says it correctly. Cameshia's fine.
What's going on? Oh,
Well, don't do this to me now. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So it was a little storm earlier, so the internet's kind of acting funky. So let's hopefully nothing dramatic will happen. This is Jasha from Put a Ring on It. Who has a lot of things he has going on. So he had the little house you see by his name. He does more than just put a ring on. We're gonna get into that as well. But one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about is this show. And I actually behind the scenes I said, well, first let me say this, I'm a Cancer. So July the 5th, put it out there. So yeah.
Cancer, what date?
July the 5th.
July 7th.
No! Okay, first of all, that's everything.
my sister is the 4th.
Really? Yeah, I was like an hour, something like that, an hour and a half, and I would have been born the 4th too, but I don't know, my mom wasn't having it. But anyway, that's cool. We're very emotional creatures and we're very loyal.
Exactly.
Don't piss us off. That's all I'm saying. Don't piss us off, period.
Once you're in, you in, and once you out, you all the way out.
Yes.
But,
I get it. I have a lot of things I still hold on to, but I don't want to get into all that. People say I hold on to too long. But anyway,
there you go.
One thing I want to say is that this show had a lot of negative things. I've been doing this show for a long time. First, Put a Ring on it, one of my shows, and there's a lot of negative things that came with the show. People talked about it, the concept. It seems messy. You are an attractive man who have a lot of accomplishments on his own. What or how did you get into this in this show?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Before I got approached, we were just traveling. I never really heard of the show. Somebody reached out to me while we were out. Actually, me and Joya were out in Dubai traveling and living our lives. And somebody reached out to us, said it would be a good fit for this show. Relationships, you guys look like y'all a great couple. You got some stuff going on. And I was just like, all right, I'm open to it. You never know what it looking to. So we looked into it. And then we didn't think we were going to be picked, but we was just like, let's see what they're talking about. I mean, the premise of the show is really good. She been getting on my head about timeline, all this kind of stuff and everything like that. But you asked the question of like, why would I want to put myself out there? At the end of the day, I feel like, men, who do love their women are in good committed relationships. It's still not easy, even when everything can seem like it's perfect, but I want to show my intentions was I wanted to show like love, black love, and kind of show what we're going through. And that's really how it kind of came about.
Okay. First of all, am I too loud? Because I changed the volume on my speaker on my microphone. Okay. So well, that's a good answer. I can understand that. And trying something new, it doesn't really hurt it. It's something that you can just try it out and see what's happening. But for you guys, most of the premise is that the ring, getting married and having children. And I know that you said on the show that you're 40 or over 40 or around the age. What is stopping you from having kids or getting married at this age? The reason why I asked that question, because at the age of 20, all of us can say that's too early to have a child or get married. I mean, people do it, but I mean, it's always a stigma like, okay, that's too early. So at this age, what is making you stop that now and not go ahead and go through with it?
So again, like I've been through a lot, I'm saying I got married young, and because my mom and dad got married at 20, 23, 24 back in the day. That's what we know. And I'm from a small town. Family is important. And you know, when you don't know what you don't know, you haven't lived life, you haven't experienced things, right? So you don't really know. But it was still a good lesson. You know, I learned a lot about myself. It was a good marriage. I know that nothing wrong with marriage. I didn't have like a super bad taste. It was just more so like, you know, if I meet the right person again, you know, then we'll be open to it. But I had to go through a lot for myself, my own personal journey, to just discover who I am, because you got to know who you are first, be able to take care of you first before you can commit, be able to take care of somebody else, because it's a big responsibility. And, you know, so as far as like being 40, you know, I know they talk about going with the flow, like you 40 years old, what does that mean? Well, for me, I feel like, because I'm a Cancer, I trust my intuition. You know, to me, it's like going with the flow is being in alignment with your higher self, being in alignment with what feels right, what makes sense. Because, you know, sometimes we don't make moves. Like, we don't always know why we don't make moves, but you know that, like, it's like you need to wait, take your time, you know, put things in place, because I am a planner. And so when I met Joya, man, we were living our best life. This is new. This is the first really good, solid relationships where I'm in a committed relationship. It naturally progressed. It was in flow.
Okay.
So when that starts to change, and it's like that fear of like, you're not going to get married to me, what are we doing? All that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, didn't you trust the process, how we got to where we are now? Do you not trust that I'm going to get us where we're going? You know, so that's kind of how it happened.
So as far as the process and everything that you guys gone through to get on here, it just seems like she was adamant about having a child, and you seemed adamant about taking your time. Now, for me as a viewer, fan, blogger, whatever, I understood both sides. I have sons, and if my son came to me, regardless of the age, and said, "Mom, you know, I have a beautiful girlfriend, fiance, whatever we're doing, and I'm not ready to have a child," I would tell my son, "Yes, life is too short. Don't make them wait too long." But at the same time, I would tell my child to not to rush it. Too many people have kids out here, and these kids come along, and either they don't want them here, or whatever the negative things happen, and the child doesn't want to get punched in the end. So I always respect the person that says, "I want to take my time," or "I don't want to do it," or "I'm not ready," you know, opposed to the other thing that normally happens. So
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say also, for her point of view, as far as being a woman at that age and want to have a child, why are you fighting that with somebody that you love and care about? I'm just, you know, not saying you're fighting it. I don't want to say fighting, but you know what I'm saying. Pushing up against that where you don't really want that right now.
Well, that's what I say. I never said I didn't want kids. You know, like if you know my story, and you know, most people don't know, I used to play professional baseball. And after I got done playing baseball, I played for the Cubs, played for the Cardinals, and worked in finance for a couple of years. But I opened up a batting facility. I've been training kids for 16 years, and I love working with kids.
Wow, that's
And
beautiful.
and so, you know, yes, in the back of my mind, I would love to have a son that I can train up, and you know, that's in my heart. But you know, it needs to be the right time and everything. And so, with me and Joya, we talk about it. You know, we talk about traveling the world. You get 1 minute it's like, hey, we could just run off like Jay Z and Beyonce on the run. Let's do this. Let's live this life. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds great. Then 1 minute it's like, you know what? So I get it and I understand that, and I say that, you know, let's do one thing at a time. Let's get there, you know, because the same way, if it's for us, it's gonna be for us. You know, it's a blessing to have kids. Kids are amazing. And I was like, but hey, on the flip side, if the kids, you know, we have now, let's focus on the kids we have right now, give them the attention and love they deserve. When they're out of the house and they're gone, then we can, you know what I'm saying, get back to traveling or whatever. But
Right.
I had to say, it's just
Right.
look, I had to get her, I want her to understand that, first of all, the needs, right? I want you to be complete. I feel like I'm complete. Like if God don't bring me no more kids, I can't pass on my legacy to a son and everything like that. He blessed me with Jordan, her son. So I had to change my frame, because like, okay, maybe this is what God has in store for me. So that's why I'm trying to put, you know, both options. So that's kind of where we were at. Like kind of trying to figure out, getting her to understand like, hey, I'm not closed off to it. It's just like, let me do the things I knew as a man. If you trust me, the relationship, you trust me to lead us, then we're gonna get there.
I love that. The reason why I do is because, for one thing, you said that you know, as far as her son became your son. And I do love that. Being a stepfather or mother is not an easy thing. I don't know. I'm just impressed by it. Like same people in the chat saying, I think it's a beautiful thing that you've said here. So with that being said, having kids and raising them, regardless of the age, is a lot. Bringing a baby into it can be really a lot. So
Yeah.
you make good points. You really do. Like, let's take care of what we got right now. She's probably looking at it like, I want to have a child with you. These
Right.
children I had with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not speaking for her. I'm just saying most women do feel that way.
Yeah.
But I do understand what you're saying as well. Is the show making so much of a big deal of that? Because it seems like the narrative has been that you are hesitant or want to take your time about having a child, and it seems like the show's narrative is it's a make or break for her. Is that the
Well,
case?
it is a. I mean, that's what I was just like, damn, like that's why I say, are you gonna be okay? You know what I'm saying? If we do or we don't, because my growth and everything, like I'm working to be, I want to be in a position where, like, we talk about unconditional love, right? It's real if you really work on it. You have to constantly try to work on it, and you have to say, you know, I love you, but if I don't get this, I don't get that, then it's done, right? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like unconditional is like, hey, we say commitment is a commitment. We jumping in this thing, and whatever comes from this, at the end of the day, I'm loyal. I'm here. And like, because I kind of like, I understand, like, yes, it's not ideal or whatnot, but we met and fell in love with each other. She has a son, and I embraced it. And here's where we are, so you never know where love can come from. And so that's the first number one on me is like, okay, I'm stepping up, I'm working, I'm not used to that, but that's what I'm trying to do. And so, but the thing about having, if you don't, will you be unhappy for the rest of our lives if you don't have kids? But I'm saying I'm willing to try, but just not right now. Give me some time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if we can have a healthy baby, let's be practical. Let's go to the clinics. Let's see what's out there. If that's the goal and we get there, whether you're 40, I know it's tough, 39, 40, 41, 42. It's just like, well, I don't want to have a baby when I'm 40. And I get that. And I understand that. I'm not a doctor. But let's do the research. Let's figure out what we need to do. If we do it early. What do you want? What order you want? Let's get the ring. Let's do that first. We need to get married first. Which that's the process she wants to be in.
Right. Because you know how you said the women over 40 at a certain age, it is harder to have children. I'm just being honest. It is. For a man, it's easier, and I'm just playing this devil advocate. It's easier for a man to say that. Of course, I had my kids early, so I didn't have that issue. But having a child after
40,
after having, yes, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, I really do understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. That I really do get it. Regardless of what you want to take your time and you don't want to rush into it. Are you afraid that you could lose her because of it? I know it's a show and everything, but I'm just saying, are you afraid?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some fear. Like it would suck because it's like, damn, like when you feel like you got 98 or 99% of like your person, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you have a heart-to-heart connection, this is your soulmate. There's somebody you say that this is what you want to be. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
If that's your soulmate, like it don't matter. Like we gonna do it. We not going nowhere. And that's what, as a man, I want to hear that first. Like, hey, I desire a baby. I desire kids. And I say I desire it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But here's how we're gonna do it. And my cousin was giving me some good pointers. I don't know if you might have seen the show, but it didn't. I don't know if it aired, but he was giving me some plan, like how I could do a better job of like really giving her the blueprint or like the time frame and really working on that, kind of painting that vision versus just kind of like, going with the flow. So for me, this show is really helping me kind of figure out how to articulate what I'm saying right now, like telling her what's what, so we can get on the same page.
So when I reached out to you, and the first thing, one of the things that you said to me, you wanted about the separate interview, and I was curious to know. And I didn't read anything negative into it when you said it. I was wondering, is it because you wanted to have your separate thought about the process, if you don't mind, or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We definitely have to. We're close a lot. We're like we always say, like she's like the female version of me, and she said I'm the male version of her. But at the same time, like I feel like I get her side where she's coming from, but I want to put my stuff out there without it being an emotional response, like an emotional thing.
Okay, interesting. I kind of thought that anyway, as well. So let's talk about your date. There's a lot of mixed comments about your date and the little twerking thing or whatever. I wanted to get your thoughts on it because even on my panel, I'm not sure you seen the panel, we kind of went back and forth, and a lot of us were saying the same thing, that we thought you kind of got railroaded a little bit, not by that you would blame for things that you couldn't control. So I wanted to hear your point about that because it's been a mix online.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I know how to act, I know how to behave. I'm respectful. I'm going out these dates. I know how to have fun and flirt and play a little playfulness and whatnot, right?
Right.
It get to a point where it was not gonna say annoying, but it was like, all right, come on now, like for real, this is my lady. You know what I'm saying? You're doing little things like that just to, and I didn't even catch it until later. She was like, she was twerking. And I was like, what? Because they, we were there stretching. They want us to like, okay, do some workout stuff, do some things. And y'all didn't see it, but we lifting weights with the bar.
Oh, we didn't see any of that.
It ain't no weight on the squats, but she like, help me, Jasha. I'm just like, girl, ain't no weight on there. Just want me to get behind you and help squat and everything. But she was fun. Like she was super cool. We had a really good conversation. Very impressed. Like she's a business owner. That intrigued me. But like I said, at the end of the day, like I was just like, nah. I mean, I feel like I'm the same way on all my dates. I'm being myself and just having fun with this process. Even though it's uncomfortable, I try to take it to where something that feels negative, feels bad, and try to make fun with it. And Dr. Stacy told us, you need to focus on your date. I was not trying to like focus on what they were doing. Even though Joy was looking good in that red, I was like, damn, but
you was. I have to admit, I felt like you was focused on your date kind of, but you really wasn't. I felt like you were being respectful. I felt like you were just there. Cause see, I interviewed Sheila, who went out with Ricky. And so, one of the things I asked Sheila was like, you think you can have Rick if you wanted to? And she was like, yes, because of the past things of the show, how some of the people who dated, they could have had him or whatever, or some did. But you guys are different. I don't feel like that could happen like with you. Like I didn't feel like that could happen where she could have you, because you guys are doing it differently. I feel like the men are representing like, look, that's my girl. Yeah, I'm doing this process, but I'm not going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love it.
Yeah. And the reason, like I say, like I'm a Cancer. I appreciate those little things. The whole candle scene, that was dope. I was feeling that. The first date, that's not how, like Celine was cool, but I'm not finna be taking no girl. Like the first date, we in there eating T-bones, like tomahawk steaks, and I'm just like, it was very romantic. It was cool, and I'm getting to know her. But that interaction was fun. We had a lot of things in common, but I just didn't see like, she ain't really like flirting or into me. Like I really get no signs that she really like trying to like, get to know me more than like, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't, the vibe wasn't there. And then too, low key, she kind of reminded me of my little younger cousin in the face. And once I saw it, I was like,
I got you. It's like,
I can't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
but we cool, but yeah, I will see it. Oh, I love
it.
it.
You cute. You got a nice body. You cool, but let me see what else is out there. And then Brittany came, and the candles was cool. We was just talking and interacting. That was fun.
So Brittany was a different thing for you. Would you admit that?
Yeah.
Brittany would be. Let me see if I can say this. If you weren't dating Joya or that deep into her, would Brittany be an option after going out with her?
She would be somebody that I would kick it with. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We have some fun. I don't know. I mean, I think she'd still be more like a good friend. Like
okay.
But not nothing major.
Nothing major. I didn't really see it, but like I said, that was only the first date, and sometimes you can't really tell. I didn't see it because I feel like you still have eyes for her.
Her personality is what I like. I like I like the fun vibe, the cool. And she was making me laugh, and she was saying some stuff. And and that wine, we was drinking some rose. I think we was drinking some rose. I was like, girl, you trying to get me loose.
Don't get me caught up. Don't get me caught up now. Look at
right?
No, I thought you had more of a vibe from her than you did with the other young lady. And so that's why I thought maybe Joya was going a little hard about the little twerking thing. As a woman, I understood what you were going through. I'm older than Joya, but when I saw it, I was like, I would have blamed her more, because when you watch the camera, when you watch the scene, you're actually looking up when she's doing. And I even mentioned on my panel, she didn't start doing the twerking thing until Joya walked in. Correct. So I'm just being completely 100%. You watch the whole scene. She did it. She waited till she walked in to do it. Yeah. So Joya's eyes, she's looking at it like I see her twerking. But in reality, Mama, she waited till you came around the corner. Then she did it, and you were looking at Joya. So you wasn't paying no attention way down there. So I was like, he's in a tight position. How did you come? I know the show's been pre-taped and all that, but do you still? Because y'all get to watch it like we watch it. So y'all don't know what they're going to show. Trust me, I know all this. You're not going to know what they're going to show until you watch it. So how was it watching that scene now?
Man, it's crazy. I mean, like I said, I was, again, you saw my face. I'm just smiling, like not thinking nothing. I'm like, what's up? Y'all? Like kind of just going with the flow. And when I seen it, like, dang, she was twerking. She was doing a little extra. But like the other stuff I was talking about was extra. You didn't see. But she was. That was cool. I mean, massaging my head and everything. It wasn't, normally I'm like, just relax and everything. But it just didn't feel right 100%. But, she was just, I think the date she just seeing me with another girl was tough, and actually seeing it, because we talk about it, but seeing it live, it definitely affects you, and then after the car scene, I was just sitting there like, what? Like, first of all, I'm an athlete. I, play pro sports. I know, like she like you stretching her and doing all this kind of stuff. You just mad. Like that was just an emotional deal. But I was just like, that don't even make sense. But
I saw it too, and I said, is she just getting upset because even at the job, they'll have you stretch and all that. And yes, Joya was looking good in that red. Love River. She was looking red. I was saying to myself, Brittany, I like you, baby girl. But when she came in that red, I said, oh.
Yeah.
I said she was looking real cute with that red on. He was looking like
she was looking good. I mean, all my dates, I was just like, girl, you looking good on all your dates, man. Like,
he said too good, okay? Like,
damn. She that's what I love about her. She definitely she got some style and some swag. I mean, some sex appeal is nice. That's what I love about her.
So one of the things people didn't like that you said, the calm the F down candle.
So
like
they added the F, they added that out. Like, because the thing about that particular, it was like, ooh, like, man, that calm the F down. Like, man, that's something I need to do. Like, just because it was something that we came up with, like we was picking candles and it smelled really good. And so we were just talking and joking, like, yeah, man, maybe she just need to calm the F down. And then they gonna take it and put it to something else. But it's like, it wasn't like I'm saying she need to calm. That was just making fun of the candle.
Okay, because that's what we saw. We was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Someone pointed out to me the other day, and I went back and watched the clip on. I was like, oh, he did say that. I said, I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, that was funny. We had some other ones. Like, it was one joke. It was one that it was like sex on the beach. Like, and we was trying to get it open. I was like, sex on the beach. Let me smell that. It went open. I was like, well, there ain't gonna be none of that,
See, they should have showed. They should have showed that. They should have showed that. So are we at the midpoint? We're not at the midpoint yet. Or are we at the midpoint yet? Kind of.
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I think so. It's happening so fast.
It is.
Mean, a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff was said. A lot of emotion. A lot of it's a lot of stuff. So I think we're getting close, but it's still a lot more left to see.
Well, we got the reunion, which is mostly what everybody wants to see: the midpoint, the reunion, and then the final decision. That's just how these shows go. So the reunions is usually where the mess happens and it's emotional and everybody's mad. I was kind of crap. So I'm looking forward to that. So I want to ask you about the first couple who left Dunbar, because he just recently posted his final thoughts. How did you feel about him leaving, him and his fiance now, Chance leaving the show?
Well, at first, like, I mean, they were different. They're definitely different. They're unique individuals. Dunbar is cool. We didn't really get a chance to talk much. I mean, they really kind of just did their thing. But I would just say this, like, after the show left, after they left the show, things just changed. Things just changed from the energy, the vibe. Zay
Good
and
or
Jack,
bad?
huh?
Good or bad vibe?
It was just, I would just say it was overall everybody, like the energy from production, from all the cast members, everybody was just cool. Just because like I say, it was like we putting in this work, so we all come here to do that. So I don't know what we have going on. I understand, wish them all the best, but it was like, yo, we missing off work. We all here, so let's take this as an opportunity to connect. And right, maybe we, what I'm saying, we going through this shared
Yeah.
experience. We could all be friends at the end. So like, but now you left, you missed out on that. We don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? And we could have really developed something really cool. So Jasmine and Zay, Catherine and Ricky, we're going through this thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. It's uncomfortable. Why can't you guys go through it as well? I mean, and get that healing, whatever you need,
It's like y'all going through the trenches, y'all going through all the rough patches while y'all couldn't stay with us and get it done.
Yeah,
so the vibe changed once they left. I get what you're saying without being I see what you're saying. I got you, baby. So one of the things that I did talk about with Dunbar, and it's actually a big topic of discussion, is the doctor. It's been a negative and positive feedback from fans. Everybody's saying she's not a real doctor. She doesn't know nothing about relationships. Just the whole thing. So I think that it's just because she's new. I don't know. Yeah. What is your take on that?
Like, I'm gonna say this. Like, Dr. Stacy, she is more of my vibe, because, like, I don't know if her methods, like, I get what she was talking about. Like, it's the higher vibration, higher thought, like love and light. When she said that, like, when I didn't know who she was, I thought we was getting Dr. Nicole. And when I met her, she came through. I looked her up to see who we working with, who we gonna be dealing with. And some of the things she says, like, be the love that you want to attract. That's the stuff that I've been working on, so I could attract the people who I want in my life, because you have to be loved first, and she talks about that. And in the relationship, your ego, you have to master your own self. And so the stuff she's saying, it may not be by the book, scholarly, like whatever. I feel like it's on a higher level of, relationships. It's energy. She talks about that fear. If you have fear, love can't exist in the same thing. Like, if you have a lot of fear, so if you fear somebody's gonna leave you, you fear somebody's gonna do you wrong, then you're gonna be like, eventually that's gonna be your reality. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start acting out, and then you're gonna push that person away, and then they're gonna prove you right. And so she would teach. Her methods are really good, because it's like, be the love you want to attract, light and love, be love. Like, because if not, you're just scared, and you're just gonna push things away.
I was wondering, because in the interview I did with Dunbar, he didn't say a lot about it, but he made comments about her being a doctor. I didn't know if that was part of the reason why they left the show, because they weren't gelling. So I wondered how it affected you guys.
Dr. Nicole wasn't married.
Interesting.
So, like, I mean, if you go and look, that's what I looked at it, because I probably had those same kind of thoughts. Who is she? Right. She's not a real doctor, whatever. But if you're an expert, if I look at your page and you got tens and thousands of women and hundreds of however many numbers, and you've been helping people have success, then you're doing the work. So if whatever you're doing is working, if you got all these reviews, right, you don't necessarily check every person's credentials. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a certification to teach lessons, batting, but I have experience. I've been helping kids get better and better. I got kids that's in the major league, so my track record speaks for itself. There's no certification to help kids be better baseball players. I don't need a doctor for that. If I know how to connect with my people and I know how to get things done, then yeah. But she's real. I like her because she really is in it with you. And they say like, if I know that you care about me, then you're gonna get more out of me. You know what I'm saying? You're in it with us. So she really is definitely she fights for love. She understands Black love. So that's why I rock with Dr. Stacy, and all of us, we really feel her like that for sure.
Wow, because people, yeah, that's a good breakdown. Someone said, did she have the knowledge of schooling? But you kind of answered that it didn't, for you, it didn't have to be scholastics. It was more the experience for you.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I can understand that. So wow, so we got a lot more episodes coming up, and we also have the reunion. And I hope that you can come back on and dish some more, because I know that when the reunion airs, it's gonna be so much that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So I hope you're gonna come back on and talk. And I'm excited and scared to see what's gonna happen, what's coming up next. I feel like it's too calm right now. I make sure you're paying attention. That I ain't got no
do you let me ask you a question, like what's y'all's take? I mean, I don't know, like is it too positive or is it negative? Like what's going on? Like, is it not enough drama? What's different about this season? I mean, I guess because it's weird because they know about no guys cheating or something like that.
No. I'm just gonna say, I'm not sure. Hold on just a second. I'm not sure if that was a troll, but I blocked them, Demeter. Not for sure. You know, I'll do trolls. Anyway, for myself, I'll say this: the show is a little bit calm, but not in a bad way. I always say the calm before the storm. I feel like that they're being smart, letting us get to know you guys, letting us know your story. That all of a sudden, it's gonna be thundering and lightning, all the things. It's gonna happen. Okay, I'm waiting. So I want you to come back on, because I know after the reunion, you'll be able to, you'll be less restricted. I've been doing this for years.
And so I'm keeping it all the way 100. I'm keeping it 100. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but
yes, you are now, but you are being smart and strategic, which is fine. So I want you to come back on and talk to me. The chat loves you. They all think you are fine, which he is. He is.
Thank
okay.
You. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. I have enjoyed having you on, sir. I need you back on to come talk again and give some things. But you know, it is what it is. Again, sir, thank you so much for coming on. This has been Jasha. I'll make sure I will put Demeter been putting his Instagram in the chat. I will put it in the description so you guys can follow and all the things. And with that being said, we are out of here, y'all. I will see y'all next time.
All right.
Bye.